In the world of fame, stars often shine brightest, but their last moments show a different side. From sad goodbyes to heartfelt songs, these icons left behind haunting last recordings that show how complicated their lives were. Join us as we explore the touching and sometimes unsettling endings of these legendary figures. These recordings give us a deep look into the private struggles and lasting legacies of our favorite stars. Number 5. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was an acclaimed Australian actor who made a lasting impression on the world of cinema with his amazing talent and fascinating performances in films like 10 Things I Hate About You, Brokeback Mountain, and The Dark Knight. Born on April 4, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia, Ledger's climb to popularity was rapid, fueled by his captivating presence on screen and his ability to totally immerse himself in his performances. Ledger's rise to prominence began in the late 1990s, with his appearance in the teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You. His endearing depiction of Patrick Verona showcased his inherent charisma and acting ability, winning him widespread attention. He proceeded to advance his career with varied roles in films such as A Knight's Tale, in which he played the lovable and heroic William Thatcher, and Monsters Ball, showcasing his versatility as an actor. However, his performance as Ennis Del Mar in Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain solidified Ledger's reputation as a formidable performer. His moving and delicate depiction of a cowboy torn between affections for another man gained him critical acclaim and multiple prizes, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. This performance demonstrated Ledger's depth and ability to communicate complicated emotions, solidifying his status as one of the most accomplished performers of his generation. In 2008, Ledger delivered what many regard to be his crowning opus, his portrayal of the Joker in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. His eerie, anarchic portrayal of the renowned villain was both captivating and terrifying, winning him posthumous recognition, including the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Ledger's Joker was a masterclass in method acting, with painstaking preparation and unwavering dedication to the part, yielding a performance that has since become legendary. Despite his professional success, Ledger battled with personal issues, including insomnia. In the months preceding his death, he told friends and family about his trouble sleeping and the anxiety that frequently accompanied his insomnia. On the night of his death, Ledger spoke with his sister Katie about his frustration and need for a good night's sleep. His final words to her were, "Look, Katie, everything will be all right. You know I just need some sleep." And they were heavy with the weight of a man seeking respite from his constant vigilance. Tragically, Ledger's yearning for serenity led him to combine prescribed drugs for insomnia and a chest cold, which proved lethal. The next day, the world was taken aback by the news of his premature death, and the entertainment industry lamented the loss of a superb performer whose promise had just been realized. Ledger's death served as a sharp reminder of the pressures and weaknesses that frequently come with fame and success. Heath Ledger's legacy lives on via his unforgettable performances and the tremendous impact he had on viewers and fellow artists alike. His ability to change into his characters with such honesty and intensity had an indelible impact on the art of acting. Films such as Brokeback Mountain and The Dark Knight remain popular, demonstrating his enormous creativity and passion. Number 4. David Bowie. When the world learned of David Bowie's death, a flood of condolences and tributes came in from fans and admirers around the globe. Among the various emotions exhibited was a profound sense of loss, captured in what many thought to be the renowned rock star's final shot. This moving photo was shared on David Bowie's official Instagram account on January 8, 2016, his 69th birthday, only 2 days before he died. On January 10, 2016, the world lost a musical icon when David Bowie died of cancer, after a long and heroic 18-month struggle. His death signaled the end of an era in music and the arts. Bowie died surrounded by his adoring family, leaving an indelible imprint on the fabric of modern civilization. Jimmy King took the shot that connected so deeply with Bowie's admirers, which is now commonly recognized as his final professional portrait. King, a close friend and longtime colleague of Bowie's, had several opportunities to capture the artist's soul via his lens. The image King created was more than just a portrait. It was a profound portrayal of Bowie's spirit, capturing his artistry, creativity, and the ever-changing aspect of his identity. The exact moment this shot was taken is unknown, contributing to Bowie's cryptic mystique, which he developed so expertly throughout his career. The photograph is noteworthy not only because of its timing, but also because it captures the essence of Bowie's persona, a visionary artist whose influence extended beyond music to encompass all aspects of popular culture. David Bowie's career spanned 5 decades, and he was continuously reinventing himself and his music. In the early 1970s, he pioneered glam rock with his alter ego, Ziggy Stardust, and proceeded to push the frontiers of genre and style with albums such as Heroes, Let's Dance, and Black Star. Each stage of his career introduced something fresh and surprising, cementing his image as a musical chameleon. Aside from his musical accomplishments, Bowie was also a prolific actor, acting in films including The Man Who Fell to Earth, Labyrinth, and The Prestige. His influence spread to fashion, visual art, and theater, where his avant-garde style and courageous innovation inspired numerous artists and followers. The publication of his final album, Black Star, just days before his death, demonstrated his undying talent. The album, now seen as a farewell gift to his fans, features heartbreaking lyrics and inventive soundscapes that represent Bowie's awareness of his own death. It was both a continuation of his artistic journey and a farewell, something only he could pull off with such grace and intensity. Number 3. Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury, Queen's legendary leader, had an everlasting effect on the world of music, and is still a popular figure decades after his untimely death. The last known snapshot of Freddie Mercury, taken just months before his death, provides a moving peek into his dying moments and the legacy he leaves behind. On August 28, 1991, Jim Hutton, Freddie Mercury's longtime lover, took a mournful but very personal portrait of the singer on the grounds of their beloved house, Grounds Lodge, in West London. Mercury is surrounded by lush foliage in this shot, standing with one of his favorite cats, demonstrating his real passion for animals. Despite the difficulties he endured as a result of his sickness, Mercury's smile in the snapshot demonstrates his perseverance and tenacity. Jim Hutton, who had a deep and loving relationship with Mercury, remembered the incident fondly. He recalled how Mercury approached him while he was photographing the colorful flowers in their garden. Mercury stepped back to avoid being photographed too closely, but he graciously posed for the camera, smiling in all 4 images Hutton captured that day. In his memoir, Jim Hutton emphasized the importance of these photographs, stating that despite Mercury's visibly weakened condition, these moments captured at home held a special place in both of their hearts. The picture is a tribute to a unique individual, an icon whose influence on the music industry spans generations. Freddie Mercury's struggle with AIDS, which he bravely fought in solitude, eventually claimed his life. He died on November 24, 1991, at the age of 45, only 24 hours after publicly revealing his illness. His immediate cause of death was bronchial pneumonia, a complication of AIDS. Freddie Mercury's death was a profound loss for the music industry and beyond. His extraordinary vocal range, flamboyant stage presence, and ability to connect with audiences through anthemic songs such as Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and Somebody to Love cemented his legacy as a musical legend. Freddie Mercury's legacy lives on through his timeless music, which continues to captivate audiences around the world. His impact on popular culture, fashion, and performance art is still felt today, inspiring countless artists who have come after him. His willingness to push boundaries and unapologetic embrace of his identity has inspired generations of fans who both celebrate and mourn his untimely death. Jim Hutton's photograph in the garden of Garden Lodge captures Freddie Mercury's final months, reflecting both his vulnerability and his enduring spirit. Number 2. John Lennon. On the peaceful afternoon of December 8, 1980, John Lennon went about his business in New York City, completely oblivious to the impending catastrophe that would cut his life short. That day, Paul Goresh, a die-hard Beatles fan, lingered outside the Dakota Building, where John Lennon resided on the 7th floor with his wife, Yoko Ono, and their 5-year-old son, Sean. Little did Lennon and his family know that Mark David Chapman, a deranged man with terrible intentions, was lurking nearby, waiting for the best opportunity to attack. Earlier that day, Lennon had politely autographed a copy of his album for Chapman, unaware that this seemingly harmless exchange would lead to his death. Goresh's photographs show Lennon clutching a pen and the record, capturing a frightening moment in which he unknowingly faces his potential executioner. The flash on Goresh's camera failed just as Lennon turned to face it, leaving a ghostly, blurry image that would become eerily significant. As the evening progressed, Lennon and Ono departed their flat for a recording session. They returned later that night, and when they neared the Dakota Building's entrance, Chapman was waiting in the shadows. Without warning, Chapman fired 5 hollow-point bullets at Lennon, 4 of which hit him in the back. The quiet and productive day ended in terrible violence. The news of John Lennon's assassination shocked the world. Millions of individuals remember precisely where they were and what they were doing when they heard the dreadful news. The photograph of Lennon signing Chapman's record, captured by Paul Goresh, went viral, emphasizing the awful irony of Lennon's kindness to his assassin. Mark David Chapman remained at the scene, calmly reading The Catcher in the Rye while waiting for the police to arrive. Lennon was transported to Roosevelt Hospital in a police car, but despite the medical team's best efforts, he was declared dead upon arrival. The death of Lennon, a revered cultural icon and musical genius, triggered widespread grief and mourning around the world. Large people gathered outside the Dakota Building and Roosevelt Hospital, sharing their grief and bewilderment. The death of John Lennon had a significant impact. It not only represented the end of an era for the Beatles and their fans, but it also underlined the widespread violence that can suddenly take away even the most beloved personalities. Following the catastrophe, at least 3 passionate Beatles fans committed suicide, unable to cope with their enormous grief. The following day, John Lennon was cremated, and his remains were interred at Ferncliff Cemetery in Hartsdale, New York. His demise created an irreparable vacuum in the realm of music and culture. Lennon's legacy, which includes his contributions to music, advocacy for peace, and significant influence on popular culture, persists. The final moments of his life, caught in that awful snapshot, serve as a striking reminder of both his compassion and the tragic senselessness of his passing. Number 1. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, the renowned king of pop, stood on stage at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, preparing for what would have been his triumphant comeback, the widely awaited This Is It tour. His presence was electrifying, his dance moves renowned, and his voice soars easily. Those who were fortunate enough to see his rehearsals saw Jackson at the height of his talent. Unfortunately, Michael Jackson's life was on the edge of a sudden and terrible end. The concert ended with a poignant moment when Jackson closed his eyes, tilted his face upward, and smiled softly. A short but powerful sight captured in a 1-minute 53-second rehearsal clip that is now seared in the memories of his admirers all over the world as his final recorded performance. Dorian Holley, Jackson's voice director for the tour, remarked on the superstar's final days, providing insights into his mentality and preparations. Despite years of working closely with the pop icon, Holley saw a distinct atmosphere around Jackson in the days leading up to his untimely death. Michael Jackson's death sent shockwaves around the world, ushering in the end of an era in music and entertainment. His influence spanned generations and continues to have a significant impact on popular culture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.